Good morning, 8:39. Thanks for starting your day with us. All morning long, Drew Kozub's been at Elite Sports Injury Clinic looking at how the athletes can be better at what they've got to do and be healthy for what they do. But he's also got some ideas for the weekend warriors or just the person who one time has to play a pickup game.
That's it, because you may not know what you're committing to and what you're getting into. Sure, I'll sign up for the softball game this weekend. How hard could it be? And then the next day, you're feeling it, and the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that. It's things and motions and movements that you don't usually do, but if you kind of keep up on your muscle groups and making sure that everything stays limber, that won't be such a big problem for you.
All right, and they can help you out with that. A couple simple exercises.
That's right. I would like to reintroduce you to Leah Delott. Now, Leah, you've been showing us some great exercises. You're one of the physiotherapists here at Elite Sports Injury. When we're thinking about sports in general, is there any sort of thing that we should be keeping in mind related to motion or movement?
You know, the biggest problem for people is probably that rotational component. Almost every activity, if we're thinking about baseball where we're throwing or we're running, it involves some rotational aspect to it. Or anti-rotation, where it wants to rotate, but we don't necessarily want our body to rotate.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So by coming down here to Elite Sports Injury, you can come up with some exercises that are going to help us with whatever our problem area is.
Right. So once we know that maybe we can get into that rotational aspect of things, we want to work it. So one of the best exercises is called a chop. We do chops and we do lifts. So this is a chop one. So Ricky's in a half kneel position. And what that half kneeling does is it makes sure that our pelvis and our lower body is stable. And then he's moving his upper body and getting some rotation through that thoracic spine or upper back region.
Gotcha.
So we're making stability on the body with movement through the chop. So if things aren't stabilized properly, he can just rotate, okay?
And that's not what you want.
Right, that might put pressure in the wrong areas. So what we want is he's anti-rotating, so he's keeping that stable and controlling against the rotation that his body wants to do as he's moving his upper body around the lower body.
Cool, very smart way to sort of isolate these groups. And I guess this would be similar to, would it be like a baseball swing or throwing a ball?
Any one of those. We also do a lifting motion, which has the same concept, but yeah, throwing, batting, anything. All
right, so this is a good all-around sports thing to keep in mind, paying attention to our rotation. Let's switch now to one of the different tools that you guys have here, the agility ladder. What's this for?
So it's to get what we just called agility. So it's just moving properly. It's getting speed, it's getting quickness. So Ricky's just doing some basic exercises right now, and this is really good for what we call that rehab component. If they haven't ran yet, if they had any sort of injury where they're nervous about doing things again, it's an easy way to kind of reintroduce those in a non-nervous, non-scary way.
Gotcha.
And then getting into higher level activities where they're doing different patterns and getting into those cutting motions and any of those quick feet movements that we need.
Now, one of the things that we got to talk about a little bit earlier on was we don't just want to visit you physiotherapists when we think that there is a problem. We should be coming sort of regularly to make sure that our bodies are all moving properly. So if I came down here to Elite Sports Injury and I said, okay, I think I'm all right, but can you tell me for sure? What would you do?
Well, you'd come in, we'd chat. I'd see, okay, maybe what are your main concerns? What are your goals? What sports do you want to do? So I'd kind of figure out that baseline, and then we do that functional assessment. I'd see how you move, how do you walk, how does everything move? I find any restrictions in motion or any restrictions in your stability, and then we find a program for you, whether it's hands-on wise or getting that exercise going from very basic to high levels.
Perfect, keeping us healthy and active.
Of course.
Love it. All right, Leah, thanks so much.
My pleasure.
If you missed any of the information that we're talking about, or you want some more details, we have that stuff posted on the BT website so that you can connect with the great folks from Elite Sports Injury. We're going to take a little break, but we'll catch up with you one more time before the end of the show.